Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Aussie Formula Racing. We're here for Season 1 of our Formula Ford series. I think it's round 4 now. Not sure. Anyway, I'm Gus Rules, and joining me this evening is Kunai Zero. How are you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Excited for tonight's race.
There we go. It is round 4, Okayama.
Yes,
there we go.
it
You'll
is
see
round
it
4.
up
Yes.
on the screen right now. So just in the last 5 minutes of the practice session before we jump into qualifying, so following some of our drivers on the track for the moment. Let's have a quick look at what the current standings are. So got Mr. Belbum there, currently quickest with 139.2. Got Xavier Davis P2 at the moment. Anthony Bader's all P3. We've got Philip Venter making his first race tonight in the Formula Ford. M Tipper as well, and O Longley returns. So got a few drivers this evening, which is good to see. I think we've got one other driver yet to set a time who is also registered. So a few more people here tonight, and a great track here at Okayama. A very popular one. What are your expectations for this evening's races, Kunai?
I feel it's just going to be business as usual, to be honest. Formula Fords, again, we see them round in, round out. They are a bit of a handful. Some of the people seem to have it like right on the edge and get them to dance the way that they want them to dance. And then some people like to do donuts in the middle of the track. And Okayama is a track where, as we saw someone just off the track there, I wonder if that's a crash or if they're just resting off the track. Now they've reset now. Okayama is a track that actually tests the car in a lot of different ways. You've got hairpins, fast turns, long straights. It'll actually be a really good test for the Formula Fords here. But the question is whether or not the grid is going to stay compressed and we're going to have some close racing all the way to the end, or if there'll be some people that'll get further out ahead than others. And then those at the back will probably have to wait for the mid-session safety car so they can bunch themselves up. And hopefully everybody's on the pace and we just see an absolute flat-out race to the end.
Absolutely, and just for those of you who are not familiar with our format here, so there will be a 10-minute qualifying session, followed by 2 races of 20 minutes length. So the first race will have its grid set by qualifying, and the second race will be reverse grid of the results of the first race. Because we also do have a smaller field, we do have a safety car that will come out around the 10-minute mark of each of the races, just to bunch the field up and give anyone who's had a bit of an off a chance to rejoin at the back of the pack, so we can make sure we get some good and entertaining racing all the way through. We've just got a couple of minutes left in this practice session. Time's looking pretty competitive there. Xavier Davis just a 10th off quickest at the moment, Bate half a second. And Philip Venter, Mr. Tipper there. Oh, Xavier Davis goes quicker by 1/10, 139.1 at the moment. So not a bit tit for tat at the moment. And yeah, looks like we might get some good racing here this evening.
Yes, we know that some people were reporting around the 137s, 137, 138s. So there's probably still some time there to find for these guys. We got Longley there with the slowest time at 140.6. As he warms up, he'll probably break into the 39s. But I'm curious to see if any of these guys actually do hit the 37s. It's a pretty stonking lap around here. Actually, you'd be using the throttle for more than 70% of the lap for sure. As we see Bate getting sideways there, coming out of turn 6. I'd actually love that livery. And there's some really creative liveries for the Formula Fords as well. Venter is running around with the Flintstones car, as you can see right there. I love it. Comes around that short corner there. Hobbs, I believe that's called, turn 9. I think. I never committed the Okayama corners to memory as he goes wide to the straight. Actually, he took that tighter than I thought he would. You can really extend all the way out to that AstroTurf and you know, breach track limits there, so you can gain a lot of speed. There's Belbin, 138.7.
And there we go. Phillips just done a 139.1, I think. Yeah, there we go. He's good enough for P3. As Xavier Davis just goes 138.653.
Davis and Belbin fighting back and forth.
A couple of cars in the pits at the moment. Should we jump with Caleb Gray, who's just passing Nut on the pit straight, so yet to set a time. It's obviously, or it's Nut goes straight on her turn one. I have a quick look at that one.
I love it.
Let's see. Long lead, 30 seconds from roll up. Let's have a quick squiz at that one. I can press the right button. Just absolutely.
So savage.
Oh, he came back onto the racing line as well.
Almost, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Almost took out. That's crazy. All right, so 40 seconds remaining of the practice session. Still got. Who is that? Car 56. It became great.
And Caleb Gray on a flying lap at the moment. Yeah, I think he's kept it together this time. Oh, that's got to be an off track, I think.
No,
it didn't come up, didn't register.
Yep.
Yep. Definitely hasn't helped his time, so is he going to cross the line?
No.
Is he going to have enough time to get across the line? Just.
Oh. No, the line's down further.
Oh, no.
The line is down further. Oh, I think he got it. Did he get it? No, I don't think he got it.
Yep, there he
No,
is.
no,
there he is. There he is.
140.1.
140.1, yep.
All right. Not that it counts for anything because it's practice, but it's all right then. Okay, so 10 minutes of qualifying. Each person will be... Actually, no, everyone's on track at the same time. I keep forgetting that. So people want to make sure they give each other room. Or with Mark Tipper there as he goes to start his outlap.
He's running Daniel Ricciardo's helmet from last year.
Got this wicked paint job there. Reminds me of like an old school Mac. See him just wiggling the front tires there, trying to put more lateral grip. Warming them up. Fortunately, yeah, these tires are like balloons, so you need to get them into the operating temperature, but they'll actually overinflate really rapidly. So you want to be careful of that, because if it hits you halfway through a corner, then you're going to be facing the other way very quickly. It's all about balance. You also can't go too slow, obviously, because then you end up losing time. These cars do not have a lot of power, and so keeping up that minimum speed is very, very key. See him just trying to, forcing the issue left and right. And I mean, for such a small car, like for such a, down on power car, it's really interesting, right? The racing is just like so pure. It's weird. Like if you're driving a Formula One car, the sense of speed is like, whoa, this is crazy. But I don't know, sometimes like you just lose on the racing aspect, but then you go back to these these old Formula cars, the lower power ones, and it's, I don't know, it's just like the racing just feels way more pure. So it's a weird sensation, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some good battles last week around Lime Rock Park, and hopefully have some good battles here at Okayama. As we see Mark Tipper on his first flying lap. So it looks like Xavier Davis has had a bit of an off track on his out lap. I think that's the second one he's actually had. So you can
Yep.
get it together.
Looks like Venta also did one. So people just testing the limits right now. Tipper as he goes down towards the hairpin here. Turn 5. You'll see him shift down, hug this little apex here, and then early on the power. Well, actually, he took it easier. He didn't use all the track there, so that's time lost, but each to their own. Oh, and Davis has actually had a 2x incident, so he's gone off significantly.
Yeah, he's actually back in the pits, I think. Pretty tidy bank lap so far from Tipper. He's doing a good job just to get one on the board. Kept it very clean so far this lap. As you say, not quickest line around, but get something on the board, just a baseline to start with. Oh, it's so wide at the final corner.
So he'll cross the line there, first time on the board, and it'll be a 140.2.
Yeah, not bad at all. Caleb Gray with 139.8.
He's going to cross the line there, 139.867, close. Next car to come across will be Tipper again, I think. Tipper's just coming onto the main straight now as we see Venta locking it up there into the first corner.
I think Xavier Davis just had another drama on that lap, towed back to the pits.
Looks like these are just extended off tracks. Nobody's actually hit a wall yet. It's really close up there at the front. Belbin 39.3, Gray with a 39.8, and Bate with a 39.86. And we've still got 5 minutes left in the session, so it's all to play for.
We're just following Philip Venter at the moment, who made a bit of a mistake going to turn 1 at the start of this lap, locked up one of the brakes, had to go deep into the corner, but kept it on the track, so I don't think this time's going to be particularly competitive. It's just important that he gets one on the board. There's still a few minutes left, as he said. Just got to try and get a good time in.
He's following Longley now down the main straight, probably too far behind to get any sort of tow as Belbin sets at 138.853. Longley will cross the line, 40.9, that's an improvement. Venter, 40.4, up in a P5. Davis still yet to set a lap.
Yeah, I think he's on an outlap now, so had a few dramas on his first couple of attempts, but he's heading around now to commence his first run.
Why do I have the feeling he's just going to go and set up a list up? Just all these off tracks, and he's like, all right, I've got to get at this one. So they're down to 3 minutes 35.
And just reminding our viewers as well that unlike on the F1 games with iRacing, once the timer is out, that's it. The session is over, so you cannot complete a lap if you are on one. So that's why it's super important to get a time on the board as early as possible, because it just basically gets all that pressure off you, avoids you having to do a one-shot lap right at the end.
Here we go, Davis. Around the final corner. So he'll be going flat stick down to turn 1. And then he'll want to be easy on the brakes. These are like a switch. They're either on or they're off. And he'll hug this inside apex here, try and use the throttle, maybe pump it a little bit. Could have gone a little bit wider there, chose to take the safer line, that's fine. And then again, to the inside, you can see him having to fight the steering wheel left and right. You've always got to balance. You push it too much in one direction, the back of that car is absolutely going to spin. So you always got to sit there and play this weird shaking game with the steering wheel. Venter up there with a 139.1. Belbin still on provisional pole with that 38.5. And here we go, Davis around turn 4, the Atwood curve. And then a full sprint down towards the hairpin there. And I mean, at least on the top 4, we're all within a second there. And Caleb Gray just outside that mark. Longley down to a 40.4. Tipper there with a 40.2. Here we go, Davis attacking aggressively into turn 6. Oh, he's done it well this time. I hope I haven't jinxed him. Only got a couple more corners to go. Could we see the pole sitter? He's only got 2 corners now. Last one. Does he extend it all the way? Oh, he does. Oh, not quite. But it seems like it might be a fast one. Is it going to beat a 138.5? No, 139.7.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to put in a much better time. That's Caleb Gray goes P1 with the 38.291. Bait jumps Belbin as well, but Belbin gets him straight back. This is 14 thousandths of a second quicker. It's they're trading quicker laps, Belbin and Bait, but Caleb Gray, it's an impressive time. He's kind of pulled out of the bag there.
All right, so everyone is still on track. 38.2 the fastest time there, 40.4 from Longley, the slowest time on the board. The problem is, they're only in the first part of the circuit coming into Sector 2 now, and there's 40 seconds left on the clock. I don't think any of the people on track are going to finish their times. So the times that you see on the board, I believe, is the grid we'll have for the first race.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself as well. So it's nearly a minute 40 lap. I think I'm just looking for that and trying to get into the technical sector too. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. No, I think this is going to be it.
13 seconds left on that time. Oh, as he goes so wide, manages to catch it. Oh, and the guy behind him follows. That's why you don't look at the... Oh, no, he knows. I was just about to say, he went straight off the track. Knew that nobody was going to be able to finish it, and so they'll time out. And it will be Caleb Gray that starts in P1. Belbin alongside in P2. Davis in P3. Wait. No, I've read that the wrong way. It's Bait in P3. Venter in P4. Davis in P5. Tipper in P6. And Longley in P7.
That's right. So Caleb Gray sitting at 138.291. Jaden Belbin just 2 tenths behind. And it just... What's that? That's 14 thousandths of a second separating Belbin and Bait there in P3. Philip Venter, a few tenths behind. 8 tenths off pole. We've got Xavier Davis, 1.5 seconds off pole. Mark Tipper, 1.9 seconds. And close behind is Mr. Longley. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of these guys to fight over as we grid up for the start of the race.
Here we go. And we're off. The lights are green, and they make their way down towards turn 1. Gray with a really decent start there. So as they go down towards, Bait there has moved up into P2. And look at Venter. Right up on the outside into P3. Oh, the tire! Oh my God, it's so close.
Oh, we've got, who is that? I think Caleb Gray just went straight off there. He's recovered, he kept it out of the wall, but he's lost a ton of time.
I'm sure that that would have been tires clashing, obviously with the exposed wheels. Oh, it's nuts! Round the outside and spins. He locked up that front, and the car took him for an adventure.
Yeah, drops to the back of the field, does nuts. Working pretty hard to try and get back up to the front. Ooh, big lock up from Bait. Oh, he's got straight on.
Yeah, we saw multiple lockups there. Jesus. And Venter, Philip Venter, that's Philip with 3 L's, in the lead of the race. He is flying right now, but he's under severe attack from Davis. And look at this little train that's happening. Unfortunately there for Tipper and Gray at the back, but hopefully they'll be able to catch up the gap.
So for proof, there is Philip with 3 L's in his first name there on the graphic.
All right, so to conclude lap 1, then Venter moving across the line in the lead of this race. Davis, Bate and Belbin very close behind. Oh, I thought he was going to... Oh, Bate actually does put tyres into the gravel, but he manages to keep the car straight as we see Davis trying to go on the outside now as they go down towards turn 4. He'll try and keep the inside line. Might not be the faster line. Oh, but he's going to try everything there, and I think he's come away with it. Bate might even be able to get Phillip on the inside here as well.
Oh, Bate's got nowhere to go. He's pushing Davis down the road, and they're going to go 3 wide into the corner, but no, Bate decides to back out a little bit. Brakes a little bit early. He did lock up there last time around, and they managed to get through there cleanly. It looked like it was a bit of tyre smoke there. I think maybe Venter and Bate just came together slightly.
Wow, this is actually fantastic racing here. A good job there from Davis. Out in the lead of the race. Venter close behind. Went in 2x2 going into the hairpin. And all this fighting is actually allowing Gray and Longley to catch up, which is good. Look at that magnificent face on that car. So a very similar pace here from everybody. But it seems like Davis might actually be just stretching the legs a little bit further. Here we go as Bate decides to go to the right side here. He'll be looking for a drag race. He does have the speed advantage, but he's got to remember the brakes. See, he decides to brake early, plays it safe, and catches Venter off guard. Venter with a locker.
Oh, a bit of contact as well.
They're forcing each other.
Oh, look at the spin ahead. Davis has spun. Davis has spun. And he's in the wall.
I think it's taken out Tipper as well. Oh, and now look at Gray catching up the positions. Shoots out to the inside. And he's up in a P4. Well done, Caleb Gray.
Looks like Davis is moving again, but he's lost a ton of time. So just jump up to see how our battle for the lead is going. So Venter back in the lead now. Melbourne all over his back, Bate as well. And just in the background there, I saw Tipper and Gray trying to jostle for position, but looks like they've got it sorted out. Davis looks like he has towed back to the pits. I think I did see some suspension damage there from that contact with the wall. As Belbin looks for the inside of Venter. Can't quite get the move done. He's a bit too far back. So Davis now, I'm sure, will be hoping for a timely safety car. I think about 5 minutes till it's scheduled to come in, and he should get a wave by as well, getting back onto the lead lap. To have fast repair as well, which will get him back on track soon enough, as Tipper has entered the pits as well by the looks of it.
Oh, here we go. Belbin down the inside. Didn't have the speed 100%, but Bates actually rapid fast out of that first corner. I wonder if he'll be able to catch him down towards turn 4. Crazy slipstream in these cars, but it's enough. If he's going to attack him here. Maybe he's a little bit too far behind. No, looks like he'll take the safer option. Is he around?
He's around!
Philip Venter just locked up the front left, and that's caused him to spin round. He's down in a P3 now as Caleb Gray sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:39.996. And while we see that, Batemate now looks to try and take the fight to the inside. He's going to have to hug this apex really, really tight. Melbourne will take the long way round. Keeps it out of the grass, though. The traction is safe. And Bate into the lead of the race.
It looks like we may have lost Xavier Davis from the race. Not sure if yeah, he's having issues getting his fast repair to work or not, but actually for him, he is no longer showing up on the list of drivers. But Mark Tipper is still in the pits getting his issues resolved.
We're seeing some pretty good times here from these guys. It is now a 2-horse race at the front for now. Bates still on the lead of this race. Belbin close behind. Venter just recovering from that spin as Tipper comes out of the pits. Hopefully he doesn't get in the way of the drivers. He does not. It's nice and clean. As we hit 3 minutes to the safety car period. It's a 1-2 battle at the front. And for positions 3 and 4 have their own little battle there as Bates at the fastest lap of the race, 1:38.9. Look at this. Trying to keep the inside of the track here. Belbin will look to the outside. The only problem is if you push too hard, you'll end up in the grass on exit, which will spin the car. So hopefully he'll be able to keep it onto the... Yep, nice and easy. Actually, a really good race between the top two. Nice and close, as we can see Gray and Venter in the back there.
So Caleb Gray has caught up to the back of Philip Venter. Battle for P3 at the moment. Just noticing Venter's line into turn 1. He's turning in very early to that apex, and it's kind of compromising his exit. You can just see that gap is closed right up now between Venter and Gray.
I'm going to, I think Longley's just had a bit of an off track there. Yeah, I'm going to assume that Philip is probably a little bit wary. If you take that corner wide, the car will want to drift out on you. So he's probably trying to limit that by staying nice and tight on the inside line. But like you said, it's definitely a slower line.
Bate and Belbin side by side. So Bate holds on. Oh, as I think...
I think they tapped.
Yeah, they came together. Venter and Gray had heard the crunch in the background and saw the two X's pop up. And I think they have just come together. Let's have a quick look at that replay. So there we go. You can see the toe in effect. And, he locked up. He locked up. Yeah. Oh, he got a second hit as well. That's very, very unfortunate.
All right, so the safety car has been deployed as we have hit the middle section of the race. So this will allow everybody to bunch up. We'll also make sure that Tipper, who is a lap down, is allowed to I should be able to do
There he goes. He's got the wave by.
Go, yeah.
And he's only the 1 lap down, so we should be able to catch the trail of the safety car by the end of this lap. There's our race leader for the moment, Anthony Bates. Nice little battle between himself and Jaden Belbin.
we are. Everyone just weaving back and forth, trying to maintain temperature in the tyres. As Tipper just comes around the final couple of corners now, and then he'll probably be able to join up to the back of the grid as they go on the last lap round. And we'll be able to get this back under green, and it should be a straight shot to the end. And then, of course, we'll have the second heat, which the grid will be reversed based on the results of the first race.
So we've got everyone bunched up under the safety car now. Looks like Mark Tipper is absolutely flying at the moment to catch the back of the train now that he's back on the lead lap. So you can see there in the Delta time forward, it's about a minute and a half behind, but he'll close that down a lot quicker than that. So we'll be going around for one. Should be one more lap? Just one more?
It'll be one more.
Yeah, cool.
It's supposed to be by default 2 laps. You'll have the one that it comes out on, and then one full one afterwards. And then it should come in. I believe the lights are still on.
Yep. Yeah.
It can't come into the pits from here.
Yep. And Mark Tipper's already in sector 2, so yeah, he'll catch probably by turn 4, I'd say, which will be good. So currently, fastest lap is held by Anthony Bate with a 138.950. Caleb Gray, 138.992. So he's got pace. He's just got to try and get through a couple of cars to get there. And we did see that just a couple of coming together with Philip Venter just before that safety car came out. So no harm done. Yeah, Mark Tipper now turning onto the pit straight now, so he'll caught, and the lights are out on the safety car, so it should be in this lap. To be good, so gonna sprint to the finish with 6 minutes.
He's only got a couple of corners, and he'll catch the back of this grid. And yes, the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So he better prepare himself, because I can only imagine that Belbin's going to try and jump him as quick as possible, and I'd imagine Barney behind him will want to get past just as fast. So yes, everybody is there. I will just ensure that is coming to an end.
Yeah, I think it is. The lights are out, so usually that's an indicator. Is Bate clearly unhappy with the pace of the safety car, getting right behind Porsche's engine. I don't know if there's.
I could speed it up, but I cannot.
I don't know if there's any collision mechanics for the safety car. No, you just go straight through it.
You can drive into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. It used to be a thing. You just like sit in it while every time there was a rolling start. Everybody will be prepping themselves, making sure that brakes are still working, tires are good. Because once the green flag waves, they'll only really have, I think, enough time for about maybe 2 racing laps. Fortunately, with the length of Okayama and how long it takes these cars to actually catch up to the grid, time has ticked down. But in any case, everyone is now on the same lap. Everyone is bunched up together, so anything can happen. I'm going to say 2 cars lock their brakes into turn 1.
Well, we've seen quite a bit of that so far in the race, so would not be surprised if we see it again. Safety car peels off into pit lane. And Bate now has control. Oh, actually, no, safety car's still there.
Wait, what?
The light's back on.
Why?
I've got an event at 8:14 p.m. saying caution start hidden flag.
What?
Yeah, there's another yellow flag. That was off.
Why? Why?
1 lap to green, caution start hidden flag.
Okay. That's new.
Yeah, that's weird. That is very weird because, yeah, we had the caution waving on lap 5.
Yep.
We then had the 1 lap to green on lap 6. And then lap 7, another caution.
Oh no. I think this race ends under safety car now because I can't. What? Okay. I have to look into that.
It's curious. Anyway, while we wait, I might try and see if I can bring up a replay of the Xavier Davis incident from earlier on. Please bear with me. I hope my bookmark works correctly. So this was, if we remember, earlier on in the race, he spun on his own through the corners. Go. So he had quite a lead at this point. And he touched the grass. That's what caused that spin. And he's in the middle of the road. Everyone did so well to avoid him. Oh, and it was actually, I think that was Mark Tipper locked up trying to avoid him, and that's that contact is what put Xavier Davis back into the wall. Now if we run this back a little bit more, here's the onboard. You see he's just touched the grass and he had that spin, and there's the hit from Mark Tipper. So if we rewind just a little bit again, here was Mark Tipper's view. You can see he's quite a ways back at the moment. You can see there in the distance, that is where Xavier Davis had his spin. And he's just, yeah, I think that's on Mark Tipper, I think. So we go back to live. Why are you not on the right camera angle? There we go. Yeah, it just looked like Mark Tipper was trying to take the racing line, and that was kind of a logical place for Xavier Davis to move to after his spin. Yeah, by the time I think Tipper realised that there was going to be contact, he locked up and spun and had no control, so very unfortunate there. Now hopefully we are going to be racing again. Alright, safety car's in the pits this time. It's in there this time.
Woohoo. Okay.
And we've got,
So
we'll
I
probably
don't
have
know
one
if I'll
lap.
get a full racing lap.
It'll be white flag. It'll be white flag.
Oh god, okay.
He's got 14 seconds to cross the line to get the white flag.
This is being manipulated, man.
5 seconds.
There are the start lights.
Oh, he did it with 1 second to go.
There it is, it's green. So it'll be one more lap, I think, unless we see all the cars immediately disappear off the screen. Oh! Have they made it? Yes, they have. I thought they all crashed, but they did not. Okay. But Bate, look at him go. He just left everyone for dead there.
Yeah, they were not prepared at all for that run. Oh, and here we go. Big battle.
Oh, Caleb Gray on the inside. Venter on the outside. They keep clear of each other's wheels. Be respectful. Oh, it's going to be an absolute drag race here to the hairpin. And so Caleb Gray tries to sit in the slipstream of Venter, who's trying to do the same to Belbin. And have a look at Tipper on the back end as well. On the brakes. I've seen no lockups there, I must say. Very impressed. Here we go, halfway around the circuit, only a couple of corners to go. And Bate really has done well on the restart here as Caleb Gray tries to go up on the inside. Luckily, doesn't go too deep. And I wonder if we're going to see any suicide moves on the last corner here. All right, so across the line, and Bate will win the session. And Caleb Bate. Ooh, no. I thought Caleb might actually be able to pop Venter on the side there. He did not. Some good back and forth there, but Bate definitely had the upper hand at the restart.
Yeah, absolutely. Ended up winning by 0.8 of a second. And we got Jaden Belbin there in P2. Philip Venter P3, 1.4 seconds behind. Caleb Gray in 4th, and Mark Tipper rounds out the top 5. And then we had Olivia Longley at 2.9 seconds behind, and Xavier Davis, unfortunately, unable to finish. Now, here is the grid for this race, reverse grid, of course. So, Xavier Davis is on pole, Oliver Longley P2, Mark Tipper P3, Caleb Gray P4, Philip Venter P5, Jaden Belbin P6, and Anthony Bate P7.
Are down on the starting session. We should see green any minute now. Any second now, I should say.
Oh, he's jumped the start! Nuts jumped the start!
He's jumped the start!
Oh, no!
He's got a black flag! Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, he's locked up and nearly taken out Ventura as well going into turn 1. Oh, look at the side nut is way off the racing line and he's into the gravel.
Oh, he's gone around. He's
I
actually
think
rejoined the track and he's hit Belbin.
I think he has as well. Oh, give me a better angle, please. Where are we? There we are. Oh, I think there's some bad damage there to Belbin's car. He's had to tow. And I think Nuts had to tow as well. He's still stationary. He's moving now. As we see Mark Tipper and Caleb Gray battling now on the straight. And Caleb Gray moves up into the lead just behind. We see, oh, there's a bit of a lock-up for both of them. Bate gets through. Venter runs a bit deep. And look at this, they're 3 wide going through the technical section.
Tipper from spinning, well done. Caleb Gray just extending his lead a bit. Oh no, Tipper's gone way wide. Oh, but he's kept it straight. Well done. That's going to allow Venter to come up on the outside there.
Oh, he was very loud at the brakes. Venter, he's off.
Oh no. Did not go well there. Back in front there, P3. And I'm just looking at I think Belbin's actually left the session. So
yeah, I think that's where he had to tow back
out.
to the pits, so it would have been tow time plus the fast repair, and he would have been down a bit. Looks like Longley's come into the pits to get his car repaired as well.
Caleb Gray lead in this race. 6 ahead. Bate there in P2. Mark Tipper about the same behind. Look, Venter 3 seconds down the road, unfortunately, due to that lockup on the first turn. Really well here on the exit of the last corner. And Bate's actually catching Gray. A decent rate of knots here. as he keeps the turn in smooth. Very well done there. 139.4 from Gray ahead. 38.9 from Bate. 39.6 from Tipper.
Oh, that's Venta in the background. I think, yeah, he's in the wall.
Oh,
He's lost what little front wing. You see his feet. There's no nose cone on that car anymore. I have to jump back up to Bay, who's really getting a good tow from Gray here for the lead.
Oh, he looks to the inside. Oh, does he?
Oh, he locks up.
Lock up. Wanted to avoid. Oh, but he's still side by side with him through the turn. Gray will take the lead ahead of the corner. But Bate did really well not to go into the side of that Formula Ford.
I think Venta's really struggling at the moment, going very slow.
He'll luckily have the fast repair, but yeah, without a front, without that nose cone, you have much worse aerodynamic profile. It'll essentially act like a big air brake. Tipper's getting left a little bit behind here from the front too, which is unfortunate. 39.2 there for Gray last lap. Oh no. Tell me he hasn't done this into the pit lane. Oh, no, we're okay. All right. I saw him on the track map, and I just thought, oh god, if he's had an incident in the pit lane. It's absolutely rough there.
No, he does come into the pits to get that fast repair, so he'll be back out shortly before going. I think he'll go a lap down, luckily. Here comes Bate down the inside again. He's a bit further alongside this time. No lock up, and he's ahead.
Great.
Yeah, he's ahead of the apex there. Gray had no choice but to let him through. Yeah, nice tidy move there from Bate.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move there. Nice and easy. Didn't lock up on the brakes there. No threat of contact. Gray will now have to try and stick by. Oh, as he gets just a little squirrely coming around there. That's going to allow Gray to close the gap.
Oh!
Close the gap. Oh, almost into the back there.
No contact was registered there, but that was so close.
I wonder if the front nose cone can actually fit into the exhaust pipe of a Formula Ford, isn't it?
Probably can.
That would be a very interesting way to get stuck to your competitor.
Tipper drops his tyres into the gravel there at the final corner, but keeps it pointing in the right direction. Bate, fastest lap, 138.647.
Doing really well here at the moment. Gray is closing. But what I find interesting is every time they get into the apex, it's almost as if Bate just slows up a little bit faster than Gray's expecting, which makes him hit the brakes even harder, and then he loses all that gap that he worked towards. So hopefully he notices that and tries to make an attack on a separate line, which it seems like he might around the outside. It doesn't usually work here. I thought he might go for a switchback for a moment. No.
Bate positioned really well in the middle of the track there, so made the switchback pretty difficult to execute. Just look at those cars sliding through the corner from that aerial shot.
It's absolutely fantastic there. 12 minutes left, so 2 minutes until the safety car period, which will allow Venter and Longley to rejoin the grid. And I have to say, Bate's doing a really good job here. Gray has had a couple of moments, but not been able to execute the move. Across the line. I wonder if they've set fastest PBs for themselves. Yes for Gray, no for Bate. 139.1 there.
Gray actually faster that lap, 1:38.9. Bates 39.1.
Man, look at the speed Gray carries here into turn 4. Wait, he's so close!
Oh.
He's so close!
He's got a great run in him now.
He has to switch back. He has to switch back. That's the only way he's going to be able to get past.
Yes.
I wonder if he's got that in his head. Here we go.
He's ahead now, under braking. Is he going to get left the room on the outside? No, he's... Bate stayed very close to the curb there, and much slower line there, out wide.
Yeah, that's the issue. Gray is trying to go deep on the outside, but he just can't. He has to try and get Bate to go deeper on the inside and then cut in. That's going to be the faster line there, in any case.
Yeah, the challenge for Gray is Bate is taking a very tight line out of 4-5, and that's keeping him on that inside line down to the hairpin, and that's preventing Gray from going for a move down that inside. He's going to have to come up with something extraordinary to get past Bate here at the moment, but he's showing some good pace. So we've just ticked over the 10-minute mark.
And we will deploy the safety car.
Here we go.
Just have to pay attention to where the safety car exits. It should time itself to be for the leader. Hopefully, Longley will be able to stay on the track.
Well, while we're waiting for that, I might try and find out what happened to the drivers earlier on. Sorry, I'm going to take us back to Nuts' incident on the opening lap. Aussie started off not too bad, and he just got a bit wide and lost the rear. Ended up in the gravel and he just shot right across to the side of Belbin. Absolutely nothing he could have done there. Let's have a look from the roll bar perspective of Nuts. Just a lot of understeers off the racing line there. Just lit up the rears in the gravel and bounced off the side of Belbin's. Oh yeah, you can see the rear right. Think of Belbin's car there. See from his perspective that incident, and oh yeah, you see the nose cone on the side. And that car was utterly destroyed. You can hear it grinding along the ground. So let's see if I can take that back slightly. It's actually rear left suspension. Oh yeah, that's completely folded back. Oh, that's unlucky.
He's lost.
Yeah, the gearbox, the pickups are screwed. Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Okay, I'll jump back to live. There we go, and that one here. So they've caught the safety car at the moment. We're just waiting for Longley and Venter to catch up. And I'll have a look at Venter's incident we have as well. Where was that? It was, I think it's this one. So try and have a look at this one here. So this is a replay of Venter's incident a little bit early in the race that put him quite a ways off. Oh, he just lit up the rear on the tyre. Oh, and that's how the nose cone came off. You can see he damaged his left front suspension. You can hear out bottoming out as well. Did be able to get it back to the pits under his own steam, but you can understand then why he was so slow in the corners with that damage and that left front. See how he went into the... Oh yeah, sparks, no front end at all in that car. He's been able to catch back up to the grid, so there he is. Over Longley, just coming into sector 2 at the moment, gets an off track there. Desperately trying to catch the back of the train as quickly as possible. We are going around for another lap though. As you can see there, the lights are still on the safety car. Lights are off the safety car as we go one lap to green, so we'll be racing at the end of this lap, which about 5 minutes remaining, so we should get 2 or 3 laps to the end. So you just see Nut there in the background closing up on the safety car train.
Now, I'm hoping that this means that it comes in at the end of this lap.
Well, we had the same message last time, and then it decided to call another caution, but...
Everyone is now in the pack. Yes, hopefully, we'll just come in, and these guys will be able to do a couple of racing laps at the end of the race. Bait in the lead, fastest lap as well, 38.6. Graham P2, Tipper P3, Venter P4, and Longley there in P5. Fortunately, Davis did leave the session early, so he will de facto take last position.
Very Kimi Raikkonen-esque there of Venter, not weaving at all, while everyone around him is weaving to generate temperature.
More corners now to go. Bunched up. Just waiting for that message. We should see the safety car peel off almost immediately into the pit lane. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. I think I've got the hang of this. All right. So Bait will now be in charge of this restart. Close attention. You should see a warning for the lights, I believe. He approaches that start-finish line. Here we go. Everybody's ready. They're just trying to...
Green flag.
I think they've got the... Yep, there we go. Under green conditions. Bait with an excellent restart there. So they should have enough for 2 laps.
Tipper and Venter battling it out for P3. To briefly ahead, but Tipper needs to hold on. Oh, very close.
Tyres there. Tempting fate with the gravel. Keeping out of each other's way. It's nice and clean. A little bit of sliding. This is great from Tipper and Venter here. Oh, the tyres! Oh, the tyres touch. Here we go. Looks like Gray's going to try and go on the outside again. 17 times the charm.
Oh, he's ahead this time though. Oh, is he going to switch it back? Switch it back!
You have to switch back. Oh, actually,
Yo, Venter.
That's how you do it. Venter does it around the outside. Oh, but he goes wide. Keeps it close. Nice. This might allow Longley to try and gain a position here. Based on the time here, yes, we should be able to get one more racing lap in. I think.
Yeah, we should be good.
Ooh. Actually a really, really good restart here. Unfortunate for Longley there, just doesn't seem to have the pace to be able to keep up with Tipper. Bate and Gray still fighting at the front there.
Yep, white flag has been called. This is the final lap.
Bate doing a great job here. Doesn't seem like Gray's... Oh, but I think Tipper might have something to say about this. Down on the inside. Well done to you. Ooh, but I think he had a poor exit. Looks like Phillips had a much better one. He'll try and go up on the inside here as we see Gray. Okay. 417th time. Let's see. Oh, he's much further on the outside.
Squeeze him. He's got to squeeze him. He's got to squeeze him. I think he's done enough. He's got the run down the inside. He's got to send it. And he does. He gets squeezed on the curb. Oh, but Bates done enough to hold on.
That's so close. Phillip at the back there, up into P3. So Tipper's only got a couple of corners to go.
Oh, he's locked up.
He goes too hard.
Oh, he's kept P2. He hasn't got off the track, but I think that's his chance of getting the win done.
No, he went way too hard into the corner. Bates no longer under threat. Unless, of course, Bate goes a little too ham on the final corner, but he's got to know that he's got it in the bag as long as he keeps it on the black stuff here. Around the last corner. Yep, nice and easy. Oh, great. Almost round as they go through. And I believe that is check it. Or are we...
That's check
no,
it.
it is.
That is
check it. And Bate. Very nice. Oh, my. Chaos!
Oh god, I love iRacing.
It's so good.
Oh dear, and here are the results for... Oh, that's heat 1, hang on. There we go. Here's the results for the feature. So Anthony Bate wins by 0.6 of a second, followed by Cale Gray. They've got Philip Venter P3, Mark Tipper P4, Olivia Longley P5, and then Jaden Belbin and Xavier Davis unfortunately not seeing the end of the feature race. And that is it. Thank you very much everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next week for... Oh, let me just do a quick check. We have... Alton Park is next week, so that's going to be a good one. It's a nice, very nice track. But thank you very much everyone for tuning in. I've been Gus Rules. This has been Kunai Zero as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.